Good morning and a happy Thursday to you. Today is a storm alert weather day, and there's really a few different factors at play of why we have it as a storm alert weather day. First up, particularly this morning, it has to do with the air quality. We have a combination of wildfire smoke and ozone together. Now, the good news is we will see some improvements for air quality as the day progresses, but certainly since yesterday evening through the overnight hours, it has gotten worse, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But second, let's look at this. The heat. Today is our transition day, so rising heat and humidity today. It'll peak tomorrow and Saturday, but we already want you to be aware of that heat too. The third factor, this is the one that's a little bit more of a question mark, are storms. So we will have the potential for a few rounds of storms, not just today, but in tomorrow into Saturday. And within that, an isolated severe risk, most particularly gusty wind. The problem is there's quite a bit of inconsistency on exact coverage and timing for these. We mainly have to wait for those storm complexes to develop to the north of us and then be able to track them from there. But I just want to plant that seed so you have it in your mind. If there is a storm, we do have that isolated severe risk. All right, so let's talk about that first point, and that was the air quality. This is a look at our air quality index. Remember from a few weeks ago, good and moderate are generally acceptable. Anything from that orange level and up is considered unhealthy. And unfortunately, this morning in Chattanooga, we're in that unhealthy category. Most of our area outside of the city is in this orange category, but overall, that's still something you want to be aware of. So the biggest factor this morning has to do with wildfire smoke, but here's the good news, that wildfire smoke will decrease as we go through the day today. Unfortunately, though, the ozone levels will increase as that heat starts to build up. So what are we looking at then for our AQI forecast today? Well, as I already mentioned, the scenic city right now is in that red category, that unhealthy one. Now, for today, we will see some improvement, so dropping back down to that moderate category, but it will be in the upper end at that level 100, so that's the very top end. So I would say if you have some respiratory issues, something to consider as far as your outdoor activities go today. The next factor then is the heat. So first up, it's pretty still comfortable outside right now. A couple of degrees warmer than yesterday. We're at 72 in Chattanooga, but still have the 60s for Cleveland, Dalton, and Athens at this time. If you want to take a walk in the park, if you need to do some work outside, of course, your coolest hours today will be during the morning time. So 72 degrees at 8 a.m. By noon, it's going to be in the mid 80s with a mostly sunny sky. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's where we're going to have those 90s. So 92 at that point with a mix of sun and clouds. So we will have a few additional clouds that move into our area this afternoon. As we look at our max heat index for the next 5 days, we have seen these decrease some as our storm chances have increased, so at least that's some good news, but we do still have some triple digits in the forecast. So today maxing out about 97, but 105 on Friday, Saturday 103 on Sunday. So certainly days we want you to take care of yourself and check on others because of that heat and humidity. Now for your morning commute, it's very quiet outside right now. We generally have clear skies across the Tennessee Valley, but when we talk about today into tomorrow, we do have to take into account our severe outlook. So when we look at today and tonight, our area is highlighted under this level 1 marginal risk, so we could see an isolated severe storm possible. Primary threat will be damaging wind gusts, but isolated hail is on the table too. And then tomorrow, almost the exact same setup because those storms will start to the north of us and slide down into our area. So for Friday, we're split between that level 1 and level 2. And again, damaging wind gusts are going to be the biggest risk. So I know that was a lot to take in, but today, tomorrow, Saturday, all storm alert weather days. Heat and humidity, big factor, especially tomorrow and Saturday. We also have that risk for an isolated severe storm. Again, I know the timing is a little bit off on that. It's something that we just want you to be aware of because it kind of depends on how those storms develop closer to Illinois, and then we'll just be tracking them south into our area.